I never sit Indian style.
I know. I always sit Indian style when I film my video.
No, then I'm too tall.
I know.
I'll go into the old cheerleading split.
Wait, were you a cheerleader for a second?
I was 2 years varsity.
You were?
Oh
my gosh.
This surprises you?
Oh my gosh. No, I feel like I knew that you were a cheerleader.
I was the base of the pyramid, which made me really mad because, you know, I think every little gay boy grows up to want to be a flyer. And I was smaller than some of the other girls.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have Greg here with me, the awesome skin expert, and I thought I would bring him back because I've had a lot of questions. Well, actually first of all, you're popular, let me just say. Everybody, you went over really well on my channel. We asked some questions, we took a little selfie moment, and we asked some questions on Instagram. So let's see, we have literally 100 questions.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
First one, let's talk about pores. How to get rid of large pores.
This has been a topic that's been really popular lately because everybody thinks that they're, you know, you can shrink them like with a magic wand, but you really can't.
Yeah.
Pore sizes are your pore size, but if you have pore problems, your number one ingredients are going to be salicylic acid and retinol.
Yeah, I always say retinol is like my everything. I'm like, you have to use some form of retinol. But I go in phases. Like, I feel like I use it more sometimes, and then sometimes I don't.
Salicylic acid is better if pores are actually congested. If you feel like they're not congested, but they're just kind of larger, then retinol is a better option because retinol will exfoliate just as salicylic does, but the retinol has a little bit more of effect of like working on the collagen that's like in the wall of the pore, so it kind of like bounces it back into shape. So it's kind of like a double whammy.
So that's why salicylic is so popular for acne products, right?
Yeah, because that's also going to like kill bacteria, and salicylic loves oil, so it actually goes in and eats away at oil.
Got it. Cool. All right.
Pores.
Ooh, we had another pore question. My skin scars really easily, pigmented scars and deep scars, even if I don't pick. Any tips on how to prevent this?
Avoid excess sun exposure. But then if you are having that little bit of darkness, the best way to treat it is with something like a hydroquinone, and it will kind of eventually fade back to what it was. So it's like a double whammy. As soon as if it's a blemish that's causing it, treat it with your spot treatment, like a salicylic or benzoyl peroxide. But then as soon as it's healed, go on top of it with like a hydroquinone. And if you're trying to be like a little bit cleaner about your skincare, use like a licorice root.
Hydroquinone in some places is illegal, right?
Yeah, hydroquinone is one of those like red flag ingredients that in other countries they're like, no, but here in the States we're like,
sure.
My personal thought is like I have a product with hydroquinone. I use it if I get a little pigmentation after a blemish too. I'm not putting it all over my body every day, so I'm okay with it.
My thought is I noticed a lot more hyperpigmentation from acne scarring when I was in college, and part of me thinks maybe it was like a hormonal thing because I don't get that anymore. So I don't know, does it have to do maybe with...
It definitely can be hormonal. And it's a tricky one to regulate. It really, really is. You know, I have a lot of girls who feel a little bit more comfortable if they've been on like birth control for that issue, because that can help to kind of regulate it a little bit. Also, what that can be, what exacerbates that is diet. So if you are eating foods that are high in dairy and a high glycemic index, like really, really sugary, and you're prone to that pigmentation and kind of cystic kind of things here, that can lend itself to that. So you want to watch that as well.
This is a question I get a lot. And this is a tough one because dark circles are, from my understanding, they're hereditary, right? So they can be.
They're somewhat hereditary, yeah. They're somewhat hereditary, and a lot of times the darker your skin, the darker they can be, which can be challenging for concealing and lightening. So they are to a point hereditary. The number one thing to lighten dark circles and under this area is sleep. I always say it's like your beauty's BFF. You know, they call it beauty sleep for a reason because it fixes everything. But a number one ingredient I tell people to look for around the eye area with dark circles is always going to be vitamin K, because vitamin K is going to strengthen and fortify that capillary wall. So there's little teeny tiny veins in your eyes when you're rubbing and, you know, concealing and makeup. That loosens that capillary wall, weakens it, and the blood oxidizes and creates that blue cast from where we look at it. So vitamin K is going to go in and strengthen that capillary wall and help reduce that darkness. Again, licorice root topically is a great ingredient in eye cream to help lighten, and also caffeine because it's going to stimulate and it's going to reduce the puffiness which will give a smoother and brighter appearance. And I always say go for eye creams that have a little bit of an optical diffuser in them, just to give you like a little bam. My best advice though is if you have a really hard time that I notice with people with dark circles when they're trying to treat them is to find a really good treatment, try a couple things, be patient because it takes a couple weeks. But then with concealer, people always go too light. If your circles are that dark, you need more pigment to cover and neutralize the darkness. So that's the
What's one of your favorite concealers?
Always love Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat.
I know, me too. That's my favorite. It's great. It's a great, really good product.
If you've never tried it, it's a must.
Favorite drugstore products?
I can't even go in a drugstore without taking like 20 minutes to roam the aisles. I'm addicted to drugstore.
You do?
beauty.
You're a big, okay. I've just started using more drugstore products, and I'm actually kind of blown away that there are a lot of really good options.
Oh, there's a lot of great product. Well, the thing is too, is you and I, because when we used to work together, you get so much stuff, and it's all from these high-end brands, so you want to go back and replenish and purchase it. And then, you know, push comes to shove, and
you're like,
you gotta
I'm
buy
broke.
it again. You're like, wait a minute. I tell everyone to learn about drugstore brands is learn to shop by ingredient. Ignore the brand, ignore the label, and because I know that's all designed to be very, very swaying, but shop by ingredient. And the first thing I do when I pick up a product in the drugstore is do this. And I look at the top half of the ingredient deck, because if it's in the bottom half of the ingredient deck, it's not that potent. So if I'm shopping for a specific ingredient, like I want retinol, I want it to be in the top half of the ingredient deck. If I'm looking for salicylic acid, top half of the ingredient deck. I really just discovered this one line called Skin and Pharmacy at CVS. Some of you probably remember I talked about it, and I've been really impressed with it. They have this like glycolic cream cleanser. It's more of a cream gel, just to be technical. But I really, really like it. It's gentle, but it's effective. It gives some nice brightening. I think it's like $16, and it's always on sale. And then my other one that I'm kind of making a little foray into that's like piqued my interest, and I feel like a kid again. Like I'm like, oh my God, I want one of everything. I want the whole line.
Yeah.
Is Lumen. And I found that it's like Arctic cloudberry.
Ooh.
I know.
Is it true that I should only be washing my face once a day, aka at night, and not in the morning because my skin collects good oils through the night, that I shouldn't be washing off in the morning?
That's actually a really, really good question and very well worded. Okay, that is actually a very popular concept that people think they don't have to cleanse in the morning because during the day you're exposed to the environment and all the crap in the air and you've got your makeup on, so you want to take that off at night. And yes, if you had to choose a time of day to cleanse your skin, at nighttime is the more important. However, you do kind of, you know, sleep on your pillow and your oils are there and you're not using a new pillow every night. So what I recommend versus not cleansing in the morning is using a really, really gentle cleanser in the morning, like a Cetaphil, honestly just something super basic in the morning, just like non-detergent, just to kind of quick, just clean off anything that's superficial. You don't need a deep cleansing, but I do recommend still a little bit of light cleansing.
Yeah, I have CeraVe in my my shower, and I just wash my face with like a really simple cleanser when I take my shower, if I take my shower in the morning. What age should you start using eye cream?
Oh,
that's a good question.
That's a great question. Now, however old you are now.
Just now.
I say I honestly recommend eye cream to anybody who is like in their late teens and up, for the reason that this is the first area where you start to show signs of age. The majority of damage environmentally from the sun is kind of done by the time you're 18. So if you start to treat this area with a little bit of special care, because it is much, much thinner, more delicate skin, you will reap the benefits of that much. Like I've used an eye cream I'm like you.
And you would
like,
never be able to guess his
forever.
age, I swear.
Don't
He
ask.
has literally looked the same. I've known you for like
a long time,
8 years? So use it, okay, so your tip
start
is
early
like
with
start
the eye
when you
cream.
can.
It's one of your first places you should invest in skincare.
Do I really need 30 different lotions and potions? I'm 34 and would like to keep things simple. I mean, okay, well, I have 30 million lotions and potions because I like to try things out, A. B, I love to be the guinea pig and like talk about it on my channel, plus give people different options, but I don't think you have to have.
No, you don't have to. And stuff's always being sent to me to check out to use at the studio, and then you guys want me to check out drugstore brands, and you know, and that's just my curiosity, it always has been. No, you don't need a million things. You need a couple of targeted things, and I would base them on your concern. Find your cleanser, toner, moisturizer for day and night. Your daytime should be antioxidant and SPF, nighttime reparative. And then if you feel that you have other like targeted needs, that's where a serum comes in. A lot of people just think that serum is just like a layering thing, but it's actually not. Your serums are a smaller molecular weight, so they're going to penetrate the skin better. And because you're putting them underneath something, that occlusive layer of a moisturizer on top will actually increase the penetration as well. So that's why they're more targeted and specific regarding, you know, concerns. You know, they can be hydrating, anti-aging, reparative. Your moisturizer is really just there to lubricate and condition the surface of the skin and protect everything else, all that you just put on, from escaping.
I have extremely dry skin, like chronically dry. Any product recommendations? I've tried so many things and nothing works.
Okay, well, that could be a couple things. That can definitely be environmental. So if you're in a really dry climate, one of the first things I say to people, if you've had no luck with product, get a humidifier.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Humidifier's the best.
Makes a big difference.
What do you do, like the cool or the warm one?
I would think the warm.
Yeah, that's my thought too.
Would probably be a little bit better. And then I would say to up your level of water that you're drinking. You could also get one of those shower head filters, because the metals and minerals in the grossness of the pipes and everything can have an effect on your skin. You need to exfoliate a little bit if you're flaky though. And you don't need to get in there and, like, you know, not sanding a table, or just a really, really basic exfoliator. But then I always say to make sure you're doing like a nice hydrating serum or gel under your moisturizer. Because it could be that your moisturizer isn't giving enough hydration, meaning it hasn't enough water in it to go into the skin. So use a hydrating gel or serum underneath your moisturizer, and then look into facial oils. You know, you want to make sure too that you're removing all that dry, flaky skin before you use these products, because dead skin has zero moisture content, so it's going to be like a dry sponge. It's going to absorb all the good stuff, and nothing's going to get to the skin underneath.
Someone wants to know best skincare routine for pregnancy, how to deal with hormonal acne. I got acne when I was pregnant, and part of being pregnant is just accepting.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, you're not gonna love my answer.
So and the products, like Mama Mio has really great pregnancy products, and Elemis has a few really good pregnancy products, but it's tricky when you're pregnant, and it's just kind of, you can't use, I felt like I just kind of had to let my skin do its thing, because I couldn't really use the products I wanted to when I was pregnant. So at that point, it was just a matter of just eating healthy, drinking lots of water, taking care of yourself, and kind of riding the wave.
Less is more.
Yeah.
Definitely less is more with pregnancy. And even my clients who come in, I'm like, well, you're pregnant, so we can't do much.
Well, and for your tummy, I did a lot of dry brushing, and I had like exfoliating, and so I would like, because you're not supposed to itch your tummy, so I would like exfoliate with those gloves, and I ended up not getting any stretch marks, because I was like really, every single day I would exfoliate and like put layers of oil everywhere.
Which oil did you use?
I used a few. I used the Elemis Japanese Camilla oil, I think it was called, and then I had a Mama Mia one, and I would just like rotate. I literally was like basking in oil. I was like, okay, and then I put a huge robe on, and I was like,
a trail behind you.
literally. Oh, is going 100% natural on skincare good, or should you balance prescription and natural products?
Well, by natural products, if you mean like homemade, I wouldn't say go on that. I had someone the other day who like all they were using was like mayonnaise and avocado. Natural isn't always better, because a lot of times there's a lack of buffering on the ingredients. So if you're sensitive, it's not always better. That's where it gets a little bit tricky. I say test it and I take that word out and find something that just really works more with your skin.
Yeah.
A lot of the ingredients that spurred these natural products to come out, people avoid putting in products nowadays, because they know that they're like, again, a red flag ingredient, like, you know, maybe it's like a certain type of paraben or like PEGs or sulfates. So they're not in a lot of your more popular products now anyway.
Yeah, that's true. They are starting to remove parabens and things like that. And I'm a little bit, I've said this before in my videos, I'm a little pickier about using products on my body that have parabens. If a product has parabens and I really like it, I'll still use it on my face, but I'll try to avoid using it on my body. Okay, cool. So I think we answered most of the questions.
Those are some really good questions.
If you guys want another Q&A video, be sure to leave comments below, and also go check out Greg's channel, because he has lots of great skincare videos and a ton of other fun videos. So you're gonna be seeing him a lot more on my channel, so go check him out and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys very soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.